Imagine you were invited to someone's home and the person who invited you gave you the freedom to do anything you wanted. Go out and come back whenever you wanted. You could interact freely with anyone who lives or who is visiting the house the same as you with no restraints. But also the person who invited you into their home is going to give you an allowance. They're going to give you money so that you can afford your food, you can afford to go out and do extracurricular activities, you can take trips outside of the home, you can do anything you wanted with that money. If you were in such a situation, would you A, say negative things about the person who invited you into their home? Or would you B, take all of the good things that comes with being in that person's home? Yo, that analogy that I gave at the beginning of the video is exactly how I feel about living here in Korea. Funny thing is that I had a subscriber contact me about me being able to analyze some of the social issues that are happening in Korea and giving my take on how we can solve some of those problems. Even though I've been living in Korea for almost 14 years, I mean, I'm a guest in this country. I am not Korean, so there are many things, many nuances about Korean society that I have absolutely no idea how to handle. And don't get me wrong, I really think the intentions of the subscriber were justified, or just rather. I'm just like, it's little old me. I'm only 41 years old. I haven't been on this earth for a long time, and Korea has a history of thousands and thousands of years. How do you expect me to solve Korea's problems? I mean, we can seriously use the analogy from the beginning of the video. As a guest coming into someone's home, you don't know all of the ins and outs of what's happening in that home. You only know what you see. And also, as a guest, you don't want to overstep your bounds. Korea invited me here to do a specific job, and they pay me very well to do the specific job that they called me for. There's no way that I'm going to overstep my bounds and give inaccurate information or inaccurate analyses about social issues that are happening in this country that I have absolutely no idea how to solve. I mean, seriously, think about it. If you invited a guest into your home and this guest was given free rent, free food, or the means to pay for his rent, to pay for his or her food, and then they started complaining about all of the ins and outs and nuances of what's happening in your home, how would you feel about that? Like, have you heard of the expression, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Korea feeds me. Korea gives me everything that I need in order to survive in this country and to travel around the world and to enjoy myself. Why would I ever overstep my bounds and try to give my analysis about problems that are happening in Korea and then, you know, risk igniting the ire of the Korean population against me? I don't think that's what I'm gonna do. This story actually makes me remember there's a guy here in Korea, his name is Sam Okari, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's from Ghana, and he's a very well-known African celebrity in Korea. Speaks Korean very well, has a huge fan base, but he made a really big mistake. He began to say disparaging remarks about Korean society. So if something's happened to me directly, it's okay. It's very okay for me to add some criticisms about experiences that are directly related to me. But for me to go out on a limb and to give commentary about situations and experiences that I have no idea about, that don't even touch me, that are vaguely in my sphere of influence, it's my professional suicide, and it's also would be the suicide of my YouTube career. Yeah, this actor or this celebrity, Sam, he said some things about Korea that he probably should not have said. And maybe, I don't know, sometimes celebrities, and I'm not saying this is happening to Sam or happened to Sam, I'm just saying that sometimes celebrities can get ahead of themselves and forget where their food comes from. I did a video about racism here in Korea, and the video that I did wasn't about actual racism in Korea. It was about situations that happened to me that I knew about. Only going to be this kind of commentary coming from my channel because outside of my own sphere of influence, I have no idea. And also, I don't want to arouse the anger of people, you know, especially Koreans, you know, because I think that I've been here for such a long period of time that I actually know what's happening, you know, in the society or why Koreans behave the way they behave. as I say often, I take a view of cultural relativism wherever I go. Each culture operates based on its own morals, values, and ethics. Yeah, and because each country, each people have their own culture, they have their own ethics, they have their own morals and standards and value system, there's no way that I can come into a country as a guest, having only been here for a short amount of time, and to give my 2 cents about the societal problems, let alone try to fix them. Actually, this is a funny story. I had a friend who watched a lot of my videos and he called me a simp. And for those of you who don't know what simp is, it means that you're a person who just does whatever they can to get the admiration or to get good things from a situation. Like sometimes men simp for women. It means they buy them stuff, they they blow rainbows all around them and stuff, just to make them feel good. A friend, he called me a simp for Korea. He says, Francois, all of your videos are like having nothing but good words about Korea. And I'm like, damn right. Of course they're gonna have nothing but good words about Korea. Korea feeds me. I know what not to do to mess up me being able to eat. And even if there are problems in Korea, I mean, every country, everywhere in the world where there's people, there are going to be problems. Korea did not invite me to this country to solve its societal issues. Korea invited me to this country so that I can teach at schools, not to go to the town hall and protest about, problems that are happening in this country. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here to do is to take the meat and throw away the bones. I think I'm giving you guys a lot of expressions today. Like really, seriously giving you guys a lot of expressions today. Take the meat and throw away the bones. That's another good one you gotta remember. And seriously, like on my platform, like what good would it do if I were to give my input about the societal issues that are happening in Korea and what I think I could do or what I think Korea could do to solve those problems? I mean, it doesn't really add any positivity to the problems that are happening here. Plus, there are tons of Korean channels. They already talk about the problems that are happening in this country. And it's not my job to interfere in Korea's growth and development. In a positive way, if I can affect this country, yes. But I think using my platform to bring more attention to issues that are happening in this country that are negative, I think that is going to do a lot more harm than good. Seriously, I was saying how Korea feeds me and I'm not gonna do anything to stop myself from being fed. And of course, I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, there's just something called respect. If you're ever invited into a country, or if you yourself invite someone into your home, if that person came into your home or those people come into your home and they began to like lambast you, criticize you negatively, your efforts to keep your house in order, I mean, what would you do? Would you allow that person to stay in your home or would you tell them kindly to get out? I think I talked about this before, but there was a girl who came to Korea and I liked her. I was interested in dating her and stuff, but she did not enjoy being here in Korea. She did everything that she could to like just have fun, and then afterwards she said she was just gonna bounce. And my whole thing is like, yeah, you can do that, but there were some things that she did that was a bit disrespectful. Like she didn't pay her cell phone bill before she left. There were some other bills that she didn't pay. And of course, if you do these things, you're gonna get blacklisted by Korea and not allowed to come back into the country. This girl sometimes would say, I don't like this about Korea, I don't like that about Korea. And I'm just like, why are you here? Like, if you really don't like Korea that much, if you really don't like Korean food that much, if you really don't like listening to Korean all day, if you really don't like teaching in a school here in Korea, then just go home. Yeah, living here in Korea for such a long period of time, of course I see that there are some things that are happening here, just like in any country in the world. But am I going to use my platform? Am I gonna risk my livelihood to talk about those issues when I can focus on the overwhelmingly amount of great and positive things that are happening in this country, especially for foreigners, especially for Americans, especially for me? Yeah, so my advice to myself and to other expats, like if you're in a country, and you've been invited to that country to do a specific job, I think it's better for you to not worry about all of the societal problems that are happening and just focus on like the good that's happening in that country, because you're there for the good, you're not there for the bad. If there are any other subscribers who want me to talk about Korean issues, societal issues happening in this country, please refrain from asking me, because I can't. and I won't. I'm only gonna focus on good things that are happening in this country because Korea has taken care of me and I'm going to take care of Korea. You know, again, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You have to remember that always. Thanks a lot for watching me, guys. Just wanted to remind you, don't bite the hand that feeds you. And just to remember, if you're living in another country, if you're an expat in another country and you ever get the urge or the need or desire to talk about some of the social issues, the negative social issues that are happening in the country, like, be respectful if you want to do that, but also remember that it could come at a cost. You are in that country because that country wants you there to perform a certain task. And if you're talking negatively about that country, you know, consequences could be dire for your professional career. So I'm out. Thanks again. Love you guys. Make sure you have a good one. Stay hydrated. It's still super hot in Korea. Today it was 35 Celsius. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.